All right, man. So what's good, everybody? It's your boy ShowTyme. We live direct, locked and loaded. We gotta talk about a couple things in this video, man. I'm just here to get y'all the news, get y'all my opinion on it, and we're gonna go from there. We do got a game tonight, so I don't plan on being here whole not a not waste a lot of time on this quick live stream right here. So somebody sent this to me, right? They was talking about Steve Ballmer. Supposedly he had a meeting with Tyronn Lue and Lawrence Frank about figuring out a way to turn the season around. Now, I think we done talked about this a whole lot already. The Clippers are 5-15. They're out to a horrible start. They got Miami tonight. That could be another L because they're on the road. Right now, Miami's playing better basketball. But this is all about turning the season around. Can the Clippers turn the season around with a couple moves here and there? I'm going to tell y'all no. I'm going to tell y'all right now. This same old rinse and repeat strategy, rinse, repeat, is over with. Now, this is my question to Steve Ballmer, because I know Steve Ballmer wants a quick fix. And we talked about this, and this is another indication that he doesn't believe in rebuilds. Steve Ballmer, he believes in competing. He believes in building a winning product year in, year out. Some of these players, I can make the case, they hung on to him probably 2 years too late. Probably should have got rid of them. We could talk about the ills. We could talk about the hypotheticals and all that. That don't matter. Whatever happened last 5 years don't matter. Right now, he has spoke with them about turning the season around. Steve Ballmer, y'all not gonna be able to turn the season around. The only way, there's only one way out of this. Number one, you need to get rid of Lawrence Frank and Tyronn Lue because they didn't do their job. I don't care about them getting Kawhi and Paul George. That's old news. We've seen GMs did more than Lawrence Frank. We've seen coaches like Mike Malone won championships with the Denver Nuggets. Won a championship with the Denver Nuggets and got fired. So we've seen guys did more and got fired. The answer, number one, is get rid of Lawrence Frank and get rid of Tyronn Lue. Once I noticed some about the Clippers, they really lost their formula. They lost their way once they let Michael Winger go to Washington. You start to see they wasn't making those blockbuster moves anymore, like those moves that they were getting praised for. Like when they got Norman Powell and Rocco, that was with Michael Winger. So people don't know that. But Michael Winger was the one working on phones. Now, there's a lot of people involved when it comes to roster decision making. There's a lot of people. You always talk about that one guy, but truth be told, there's a lot of people involved. In these war rooms, you got multiple, man, you got so many people that don't even get talked about. People that you don't even know their name, you don't know what they look like, but they all be in one room. They all chip in ideas. Everybody got a role to play. Now, Lawrence Frank, he's the one, he's the top guy. He get the last say so who's gonna be on this team. Based off the roster decision he made the last 3-4 years, I think they drafted. I think they actually drafted good. I'm not gonna say great. They drafted good. I like Jordan Miller. Kobe Sanders nice. Kobe Brown solid. He a hit and miss. You drafted T-Man in the second round, so you did some good shit. Now, you also did some questionable things like signing John Wall for the mid-level exception, letting Isaiah Hornstein walk and go to the Knicks when he was willing to accept the mid-level exception. You know, people gonna talk about the Shea move. I'm looking at the moves after Shea because again, we wouldn't be talking about the Clippers losing that trade if I don't think they will be talking about this shit if Kawhi didn't get hurt in 21. I think that was the Clippers' best shot at winning. People always talk about the bubble because that's the popular thing to say, but everybody knows their best shot was 21 when Kawhi Leonard got hurt Game 4 against the Utah Jazz. He don't get hurt, it is what it is. I mean, you never know. Man, it's a hypothetical again, but since then Kawhi hasn't been able to stay on the court, and that has hindered the Clippers from actually getting a championship. So now you have to move forward. Now you have to focus on the next era. Kawhi Leonard, right now, he's sitting on a $50 million contract with 2 years left. He got guaranteed contract this year and next year, $50 million, 50 M's. James Harden, 39 M's this year, 42 next year. Now, James Harden do have, if I'm not mistaken, he has a player option. James Harden do have a player option this offseason. The Clippers also have John Collins, $26.5 million that could get traded. That's a movable contract. Right now, I'm also seeing, according to many reports out there, that the Clippers may be looking to make a couple trades to duck. They want to duck the tax this season, especially when you're not competing, because right now the Clippers are 6.8 above the luxury tax. So they're going to look to shed some salary and get below the threshold. So you can expect they're going to make some moves where they get it. First of all, the easiest trade to make is that $16 million you paying Bogey. You get off him, Derrick Jones Jr. If you're not going to turn the season around, right? You got Derrick Jones Jr., you got Chris Dunn, you got some Brook Lopez, $8 million. Not sure anybody want that. You got a couple pieces on this team other teams would want for a deep playoff run, especially those teams in the Eastern Conference. You can get a second-round pick. Maybe you'll get a first-round pick. But you can move some shit around. You're not going to get a whole lot, though. You're not going to get no blockbuster runaway trade. You're not going to get all your ounces in one season. But do Steve Ballmer believe in that, though? That's the thing. Steve Ballmer wants the Clippers to win now. I think Steve Ballmer has to understand. What he needs to do is he's got to go out there and get somebody else that knows how to put a team together. Lawrence Frank did a solid job, but you got to go get somebody else that really knows how to put a team together. Not only that, they got the smarts. You need somebody that got connections. That's why I was pushing for them to go get Bob Myers. Bob Myers got connections. You need these general managers and these guys in the front office. Some of these guys were agents. You know what they did with agents? They was building relationships with other GMs, other personnel on other teams. That's why it's always good to have a guy like Bob Myers. They have connections. Rob Pelinka, he has a couple connections. He's been an agent, so he knows how to work the phones. Clippers just got to make a couple moves, but Steve Ballmer got to understand, this is not going to get turned around in 1 year. This current regime right now is at the bottom of the barrel. Now, I'm wondering, is Steve Ballmer okay with them? Say if the Clippers only got 8 wins by the end of January. Is he okay with moving on and trading some of these pieces, try to get as many picks as you can? Because you got to get, look, man, I don't care about how much cap space you got. You want to show these teams and you want to show these players in the offseason, we actually got a foundation we building. This is the direction we're going in. This is why you should sign him. You want to show them something. You don't want to just like completely reset the whole roster and build from scratch. and they don't have no identity or nothing. You want to show the next group of players that's going to become available. This is what we were trying to do. But my question is this: how much respect do Tyronn Lue has around the league, and along with Lawrence Frank? How much respect do they really have? I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. I know this though. According to a couple of my homies, Tyronn Lue is respected. People look at him as one of the best coaches. You hear Kendrick Perkins, they go on TV. He's one of the best coaches. Everybody talks so highly of Tyronn Lue, which I'm still trying to figure out. I'm still trying to figure out why are we so. We didn't watch the Denver Nuggets series. That's what you're telling me. You didn't watch the Denver Nuggets series. You didn't watch the Phoenix Suns series. We blew that. We made the Dallas Mavericks series harder than what it was. Hey man, I'm trying to make it make sense. But hey, Tyronn Lue gets respected, and I'm pretty sure Tyronn Lue cool guy. I never met Ty Lue, so I'm pretty sure he a cool guy. Ain't nothing personal. We just talking about business right now. So you got look here. You got a couple players like Derrick Jones Jr., Chris Dunn, Bogdanovich, Brook Lopez. All these guys making over $8 million. $8 million and up. Those are tradable contracts. These are some pieces that other teams want, especially like a guy like Derrick Jones Jr. Bogdanovich, everybody wants a shooter. Now, again, what is Steve Ballmer? Okay, if the Clippers not in the play-in by the end of January, then what? You trying to turn the season around. Getting DeMar DeRozan not going to turn the season around. It's not going to happen. I mean, we can try to, like, get a couple pieces, like a Keon Ellis, couple pieces on Sacramento. I'm telling y'all, I don't think it's going to be enough to turn the season around. I don't think there's going to be enough. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. It's how you finish the season, how you start the season. They started the season out not playing defense. Now, I've seen crazy things happen. I've seen teams turn their season around. But the Clippers don't have that switch. They're not good enough. They're not good enough to say, okay, let's turn it on now and we can go on a run. I don't think they're good enough to do that. I'm not seeing that same team last year. If they had they played the same level of defense last year, they wouldn't be in this place right now, 5-15. You wouldn't have James Harden saying we're in a difficult spot. You wouldn't have Kawhi Leonard talking the way he talked. No, they're talking as if, man, we just ain't got it this year. These guys' spirit is broken. I don't see a team that's playing that's really looking to compete at a high level like their job is on the line. I mean, look, I need Steve Ballmer to put pressure on everybody. If you really want to see you get turned around, look, you need to be putting everybody's foot to the fire. Nobody safe. Lawrence Frank, everybody. We know Kawhi now is going to be gone. We know this. This is not let's just look, we know Kawhi going to be gone. They're gonna look to move Kawhi at some point. That's why they didn't keep Norman Powell. That's why I'm trying to explain people. People trying to figure out why they didn't give Norman Powell that money. Because the Clippers want to have flexibility because they're going to move on from Kawhi. Kawhi's 34, going to be 35. They're going to move on. If you re-sign Norman Powell 4 years, guess what? Norman Powell, 32, you want to pay him 33, 34, 35. It wouldn't make sense when you're going to be moving on to the next era. So that makes all the sense in the world, right? You're not going to win a championship with him anyway. So Visa Zubac. Zubac is owed $18 million this year, $19 next year, and $20 the year after that. He got one of the best contracts in the league. I believe they can get a first-round pick for it. Now, is Zubac on the table? Not sure. Should Zubac be on the table? You may have to put Zubac on the table if you're trying to get this organization turned around in the right direction. You might have to put Zubac on the table. The Clippers only have let's see. They're committed to $175 million next season, and they got cap space. They got $64 million cap space. and they only committed to $26 million in the summer of 2027. So whatever happened this year is going to tell me a whole lot about next year. Are they willing to bring in Kawhi for one more year on a 1-year contract? This one I'm telling you, I don't believe Kawhi is going to be a Clipper after this year, because he's going to want, just like all these other players, when they're on a 1-year contract, they want security. So when they get in the offseason, guess what? Their agent's like, hey, we want an extension. My guy's on a 1-year contract. We want security. I don't think they're going to do that. It wouldn't make sense. That's why I'm like, okay, you got to kind of start with the basics. Get some assets. Get as many assets as possible. That's if. And I'm not saying do it right now, because it's still December. It was December 1st. I'm not saying doing it right now. I'm focused on if they're not able to turn the season around by trade deadline. I would say by trade deadline, they're going to have to start focusing on the future. Get as many assets as possible. Put all these key players in your rotation, like Derrick Jones Jr., who has value. Chris Dunn has value. Man, look, put them up for sale. Get a 2nd-round pick. Look. You need as many. I'm telling y'all. The position the Clippers in, man, they can't afford to complain. You need as many draft picks you can get. Get multiple draft picks. I want to keep telling y'all, it's not about this year anymore. If you can't get the season turned around by trade deadline, it's over with. It's over with. I'm calling around. I'm trying to see what I can get for James Harden. Minnesota, they need a point guard. Get a 1st-round draft pick. Go get a 1st-round draft pick for James Harden. They got to make those kind of moves. You wait till the offseason. I'm telling y'all, this will be stupid. If they wait till the offseason, and James Harden do got a player option, he can accept it, or he can say, you know what, I'm declining, I'm getting up out of here. You let this boy walk away for free, knowing this season over with, you was stupid. Y'all don't deserve no fans, bro. That's what I'm telling y'all. Use this opportunity. If we ain't got this season turned around, you need to move James Harden and get a 1st-round pick. Don't do that same thing you did with Paul George. Paul George crying about his contract. You could have moved Paul George, got a 1st-round draft pick. You didn't do it. Wait until the offseason and play the 50, acting like you wanted to keep him, but you really didn't want to keep him. So, again, there are ways around this, but they're not going to be able to fix this overnight. They can fix it, but it's not going to happen overnight. Will they be able to fix the season? No, I don't think so. I don't have no faith in them fixing this season. I tell you right now, Lawrence Frank, the spotlight on him. Let's see what kind of GM Lawrence Frank really is. Let's see what kind of GM he really is. President, whatever he is, he's the president. Let's see what kind of president. Let's see what kind of roster builder he is. We finna find out. Or Steve Ballmer already got him in the trick bag. Is it over with? To me, bro, playing the 50 though. He had like he want to keep the guys and then he don't want to keep. What's really going on? Just saying. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. I done seen teams do this. Go through a rough season, got assets, bounce back within 1 to 2 years. They can turn it around. But they don't need to rely on just their cap space and say, you know what, we're going to be okay. No. Get something going up now and show these other guys, look, this is what we're trying to build. This is our identity. That's all it is. Say Phoenix did that and got better. Exactly. I'm glad you said that. The Suns did that, got rid of 2 players, and went out and got a bunch of complimentary pieces. And it worked out for them. That's all the Clippers got to do. Now, the Clippers don't have a Devin Booker, but you can kind of do it the opposite way. Remember how Brooklyn Nets was able to get Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving? You know what they did? They put a bunch of pieces on the team that was going to go out there and play their role. They built their foundation with Karis LeVert, Jared Allen. They had D'Angelo Russell. They built a nice foundation, and it was serious because they made the playoffs. So there was one of those guys. There was one of those teams that needed that one player. They needed 1 or 2 players to get them to the next level. So the Clippers got to get to that stage again. You remember the Clippers did this to get Kawhi and Paul George. Remember 2018, 2019 Clippers. Remember Shea, Danilo Gallinari, Lou Williams, Montrezl Harrell, Zubac. Remember? They did the same thing. They had the foundation pieces. They had the foundation there. What they did is added on 2 superstars. Now the Clippers got to get back to that. They traded Tobias Harris, and what they did was that opened up cap space to get Kawhi. So they got to make moves like that. So you feel what I'm saying? So y'all think y'all don't understand how I just put it like that. That's my opinion on it. There's no fixing the season. Get as much as you can with the players you got on your team. And we got to move on. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Get in the comment section. Light it up. It's your boy ShowTyme. We out of here.